What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out channel. It's another episode of Fight Talk with the BMAs, the basic MMA analysts. But to geek out over some fights. Guys, as usual, check the description if you don't want to hear about us brothers catching up, what's going on in our lives and all that stuff, and you want to skip straight to the fight talk, check the description. It will be in there, it'll be the first thing in the description, and you can skip straight to the fight talk. But if you want to hear what's going on with us brothers, stick around, man. Stick around. We're gonna give you some interesting shit that we've been up to, man. K West, what's happening, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm super well, I'm super well. I just been appreciating things a bit more. And yeah, things are moving in my favor, and I got a little city hop I'm gonna do next week because there's a lead. It's an area called Pai. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but a lot of people when I was in Chiang Mai, they say, oh, if you love Chiang Mai, you'll like Pai even more. And I never went to it. And yeah, and then I the craziest thing happened. I had my tarot read. I had somebody, I had two people because I wear like a kimono sometimes, right? Or a poncho. Two people said to me, "Oh, have you come from Pi?" Like, why did you say that? It's all because everybody in Pi wears that. I said, "No, it's my style, motherfucker." Like, what are you talking about? They're like, "Oh, everybody in there is creative and da da da." And then my Thai mom said to me, I think Pi is a place for you. And I said, why? And she said, because there's a big expat community and they might need your help for therapy, etc. So
Oh,
anyway, yeah. So Pi is a beautiful looking space. It's hot springs and waterfalls and rice fields galore, very naturistic. So right up my alley. So that's
that
the
sounds
plan.
amazing. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Oh, that's a good thing as well, like traveling around Thailand away from like the usual ones that everyone hears of. I mean, I know Thailand's just there's loads of expats and loads of people go there and whatnot, but there's probably a lot of hidden gems there. I'm not sure if Pi is one of them, but I'm sure there's loads of hidden gems around there. So it's great that you have the opportunity to go and explore. That'd be amazing, man. Let us know how
Mm.
it is.
Only 3 hours away as well, so it's not too bad. It's not really a hidden gem if you're here. What put me off from going is that the fact that everybody said it's stacked with tourists, and the walking street,
Mm.
the main kind of high street where you go is just restaurant, weed shop, restaurant, weed shop, restaurant, weed shop, and just people drunk, and I was like, nah, man,
Oh, I see, I
you know.
see. Mm.
So that put me off for a long time, but I'm looking at it a different angle, right? I'm looking at it as, oh, maybe there's some other things. I've met some other people and they've told me there's other parts that are a bit more tranquil and less, you know, just filled with nonsense. So I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah. I mean, you can avoid that street and you can avoid those areas. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the
Yeah,
thing about some of these
naturally.
places. Yeah, I mean, like, unless you're in like, I don't know, Magaluf or something in Spain, where the whole
Uh,
freaking town is that, then you're like, forget it.
just
But I doubt Thailand's
yeah,
like that. So that's nice. You could just avoid those things, man. I mean,
yeah.
I shit, I don't know when the last time we caught up, but 2, 3 weeks ago, I went to a club for the first time
Oh,
in
and you
yes,
weren't in
that's
your zone. Yeah,
did I
you told
speak to
me
you
about
about
that.
this? Mm.
Yeah, and you were like, that's why I don't do it, right?
Mm. Did we speak about
Yeah.
it on the podcast? We did.
Yeah, and you said that's why you don't do clubbing.
Okay. Yes, we spoke about it, yeah. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's why I avoid those places. And I live in Dubai. And the truth is, I've never
Mm,
even been past those places. Like, that's how much I avoid,
mm,
like, you can just avoid them. So
mm,
I didn't even know that they were
mm,
there. Like, as I
mm,
would like, basically, you're driving past certain roads and it's like behind these buildings or whatnot on the palm. And I'm like,
mm,
I had no idea behind the palm this was all here. And the reason why I had no idea is because I
mm.
avoid these places anyway. But what
You
I'm saying
avoid the
is, you
places.
just avoid the
Mm,
places, yeah.
I can do. I didn't know it. They just made it sound as if it's just one strip and that's all it is,
Mm,
and you're just on top of each other. That's what I believed it was until I'd heard like definitive details. Oh, it's like this, and there's a difference. So
mm.
I was like, oh, okay, all right. But also to add to it, which makes it even more interesting or more quiet, is that it's low season, so there's less people anyway. So so yeah. But the
Do you
interesting
find
fact about it is that a lot of people who live there have been there for many years. Like the person we met, they've been there for 10 years. So that's also another interesting piece of information to speak to these folks, see what they're doing and whatnot. So yeah.
I was gonna say, because I used to face this when I was as being an expat. Do
Mm,
you face being an expat, especially in Thailand, where that people will just assume you're there for the party and bullshit? Or can they get your vibe from being, because I used to get it all the time. Oh yeah, this is where you want to go. And they'll just direct you to the expat bar club area. As a British
mm,
expat, it was always just to be, drinking. Like that's what they thought I was on.
mm.
Do you get that? Do you get that? Do people just naturally just direct you to those places, and you're like, no, 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 I'm not on that. I have to turn around and explain, no, I'm not on those things. Like I'm more of a thing. Do you get that?
No, I only get the tuk 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 tuk, and I'm just like, and I point to my legs, and I'm like this, and they're like ha 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 ha, because I'm walking, yeah.
Okay.
But no, they don't push, they don't try to will me into these places or whatnot. Like, I think they can feel the energy is not about that. They
I
can
mean,
feel
I,
they can feel
I remember being
that.
in Thailand and I couldn't go a second. We couldn't even get into a cab without them trying to take us to what they call it, boom boom, like every single one. I'm like, just take us to this town center or whatever it
Which
is.
area? Which
This
area
was
was
okay.
this?
Well, this to be fair was in Bangkok.
City. Oh, of
Yeah, yeah,
course.
of course. Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
I know, I
of
know.
course, of course,
So,
of course.
and I was just like, man, can I not just go to this? Like, I'm trying to look at touristy sort of things, and they're just trying to
Mm,
force it. And they like the cab
mm.
ride's not really the issue. Like, I pay the money. They're cheap anyway. But they would
Mm.
divert it, and I've had situations where
Oh, you had that.
yeah, and I'll be like, no, no, no. And I had a situation
Uh.
where I was trying to go to a tourist site, and I was like, no, 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 no. And the guy just forced it, forced it. I'm like, no, no, no. My guy took
Right.
me all the way
Yeah.
there. I was just
Right. They
here.
do that.
I'll wait
They
for
do.
you. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah.
get me
Yeah.
the fuck out of here, man. Take me to where
Mm,
how have you diverted
mm,
my journey? You're wasting my time now, man. Come on, man. Let's go. And then it also added cost onto the thing. And that part wasn't the issue because it was, I mean, it was still annoying but it was cheap. But I'm like, you just
mm.
added cost into my
The
journey. You wasted
principal
my
and my
damn time.
time.
And now you're forcing me to do,
Mm,
bro, like annoying.
yeah.
So I used to have
That's
that
what
all the time.
happened. When I first came in 2016, yeah, I got caught up in that, and yeah, but now they just don't bother, and I don't really go in those areas for them. You know that there's certain party areas. Every city has their party area, and I don't go down there because the music is crap. So
Mm.
so
I
there's no
remember
need.
one incident where we were out and my two friends they were getting smashed and they were out and about and I was like I had enough. I just want to leave now, right? So I decided to
Mm,
go home by myself. And then I
mm.
remember I could not get a cab or a tuk-tuk because they would not they wanted me to go to a boom boom room. And I was like, no, 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 just take me to this hotel. I just want to go home. And they were like, no, no, no,
Mm.
no. And they actually avoided, I ended up walking because all of them avoided picking me up because I think
You didn't
obviously
want
they
to
get yeah,
play the
obviously they'll
game.
get permission, they probably get
Commission,
commission or
right?
whatever to take them there.
Absolutely,
So they
absolutely.
just said no, like we're not gonna take you. So I ended up walking, but every single one was
Mm,
like, no,
mm,
no,
mm.
no, like I'll take you to your hotel, but first you have to stop off here. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
damn,
yeah.
man, it's just too much.
Wow.
And obviously we were in that area and stuff like that, but I was like, this is
Okay.
too much, man. I just want to get out.
Yeah. If you ever come, well, whenever you come back down here, just use a Grab, use Bolt, avoid all of that mess. Keep your cash for your
Mm,
food,
mm,
no problem. That's what I do.
mm.
Because they always try it. Everywhere you go, they try it. So
I mean,
stick
listen,
with the apps, friend.
they're hustlers, and unfortunately, Thailand, one of the biggest hustler is, as they call it, the boom boom, which is I don't know what to say about that. But anyway, no, I think
It is Sin City. It's Sin, like
mm,
I didn't realize that it's known for that. It's only a couple people said to me when I first came here, "You want to do therapy here?" I said, "Yeah." They were like, "You sure?" And they questioned it. And then I didn't ask them. And then I understood after a while when I would speak to people, they were just like, haha, happy ending, haha, boom, boom. And I'm like, oh shit, that's
mm,
okay. And I clicked it that's the mindset if people are having massages here. There's only a handful that want a serious um, sports
sports
massage
therapy and
for some
stuff.
kind of
Yeah.
injury or physio, that kind of thing. And then if you want to do that, it's a whole nother, it's different. So yeah, I understood it. This is a sex country. Yeah,
Mm.
that's what it is.
I remember when I think I was in Singapore or Hong Kong, I can't remember, but like the Thailand travel ministry or whatever, right? They advertised in Australia. I saw this because it was to do with they advertised in Australia, and their advertisement to come to Thailand and to promote Thailand was the sex. How crazy is that? That was like, you know, normally you have a big advertisement like come to Thailand, beautiful mountains, ocean, beaches, whatever it is, right? This
Mm.
advertisement was around just sex. I was like, fuck, you know, they really
Come,
open and pushing it and
uh,
whatnot. But
come, damn, come to
yeah,
Thailand for mount,
mm,
for mount,
crazy, bro.
for full mount. Wow. Yeah. So
But I
that's what it
mean,
is.
I think I went off
Yeah.
topic a little bit, but what like yeah, I think what I was trying to get at is like, do people just have an assumption based on you being an expat that they're just like, ah, this guy's here to party and bullshit, where obviously your mind frame's there for a whole different reason. But I don't think so. I think people once they get obviously they once you get to know you, obviously they know where your mind's at, they're like they obviously know, but beforehand are people just trying to like assume you're just here to party and bullshit.
I guess again, it depends if you're around the area, but I'm not, and yeah, it doesn't happen. Doesn't happen for me. I suppose when I have a conversation with somebody and I tell them what I'm doing, then their eyes open a little bit larger, as it did last year. But generally, yeah, I'm literally off the beaten track to a degree. So my routine doesn't even cover those spots of sin,
Mhm,
you know.
mhm.
So I don't even see any of it, no. But I'm sure, if you walk in the right, there's one road I know that you go down to the right, go straight down. I went there to go see my friend once upon a time. He used to work there in the gym, and I got catcalled like a piece of meat. I was like, damn. Hey,
Only
chocolate
place.
man, chocolate man,
Holy
chocolate
shit.
man, you want my size, chocolate man? I just kept literally, I was just like, kept my blinders on.
That's the only place on earth where, yeah, exactly. I felt like a piece of meat. It's crazy. It's crazy. Um, man,
So yeah,
that's the adventures, man. That's the adventures.
that was that. Yeah, man. What about
Yeah,
you? What'd you get up to?
you know what? This week I'm going back to London on Friday, so I can't wait. I'm so happy. But just need to
Ooh,
get through this week. Last week was a bit of a challenging week, just because one, I done jiu-jitsu on Monday, and I shouldn't have done this, but the last roll I rolled with the biggest dude in the gym. Like he just
yeah.
came, he was like, we're cool, we're friends, right?
Mm.
But like I shouldn't have rolled with him because what happened was my rib, the pressure just hurt my rib. Yeah, yes, he's a white belt and whatnot, but we're talking about
Oh, he squished you.
the biggest, yeah, the biggest white belt, the biggest guy in the gym versus, yes, I'm a purple belt, but the smallest dude in the gym. We're talking about a 57 kg versus 100 kg plus dude. And I'm no Demetrius
Um,
Johnson. I'm no freaking Mikey Mutimechi.
Grace,
I'm not on that level.
hoist,
Yeah. So
hoist against them
anyway,
sumo dude.
yeah, so yes, I could defend myself. So that's what I was doing, but I was squashed. And what happened was at the end of the class, my rib was hurting. And I was like, oh, okay. And then by the time
Oh,
I cooled down, the rib was just, I knew it wasn't there, nothing permanent damage, but what I did, I'm smart with my body, man. So I had to take Tuesday, Wednesday off. And then by Wednesday, I was fully recovered. But I was like, look, Thursday, just take the full day of recovery off. And then I done some weights at home. But I took the whole week of martial arts off after that. So this week I want to do a full week of
uh,
martial arts because obviously next week I'm back in London, so I'm just going to be doing maintenance like gym work and stuff. And
mm,
then also last week, you know, I still got this hole in my ceiling and roof, and you know, landlords trying to sort it out, but these
uh,
cowboys just don't. I feel bad. I don't want to call them cowboys, but they really just don't respect
but they
anyone's
are.
time and whatnot. Yeah, and then the guys just didn't come. They just didn't show up, and
They
then
didn't come from last week.
no, they didn't even show up.
Oh,
So what happened
wow.
was I lied to the landlord. I said, listen, because I know how Dubai works. So I said, I told him we were flying out last Friday because I had to give him that deadline. Like, this is the deadline. And then
Uh,
he couldn't meet the deadline. And it's not really him, but it's the Cowboys he wants to work with. So I'm just like, oh, basic, man.
mm.
Yesterday,
Oh,
that's,
sorry, carry on.
that's,
I'm still. Go on, go on, go on.
I went
Yesterday.
up in the, I went on the ceiling, on the roof, And I just done some DIY myself with like duct tape and plastic bags and covering the whole hair and just literally covering the whole roof with like a big plastic sheet to give it some kind of protection. So that
Right.
was my yesterday. But yeah, this week I just want to get through the week and just go home. I really can't wait, man. I really so can't wait. So that's the exciting thing.
I have you ever had your tarot read or your palms read? You ever had that done?
No.
So bizarre.
You
So
got it
fucking
done?
bizarre. Yeah, twice. Like by accident. Like I didn't plan for this shit. It
So
happened twice.
what's the experience like? What do they say? Are you skeptical about this stuff? Like, there's some stuff true. It's like, when I say true, do they are they just good at reading people, reading the situation or whatnot? Or what's your thoughts?
Oh, okay. Well, both of the people, can you still hear me? It's
Yeah.
okay? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
both the people, I'd never met them before. I just turned up to my time mom's place, Newt. I turned up to her place and she was getting it done. So I think I met her friend once before, but it's just like they shuffle the cards and you pick them and it's an energy thing. They don't tell me anything about myself. It's just tarot cards, not palm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you pick the cards and they put them down in certain positions. So you've got your past and your present and your future and da 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 and so on. And the first time it was like, okay, well that makes sense. It was relevant. It was extremely relevant to me specifically. So I it's more of a guide, isn't it? I guess
Mm.
more of a guide. And then the second time was it didn't tell me anything I didn't know. It just made me think a little bit deeper. So yeah, I'm not knocking it. I'm not promoting it. But
Mm-hmm.
for me, I thought that was an interesting piece of information.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm.
Cool, man. That sounds yeah, I don't know. I mean I wouldn't be against it. I think I'll be skeptical against I don't know. I wouldn't be against
Mm.
it. I don't know if I'll be like I don't know if I believe in it, if that makes sense. But I wouldn't be like, I don't believe it, don't touch me. I'll be like, let's see what they say. Like, if it doesn't harm me or not, just see what you say. And I
Mm.
guess I would genuinely be shocked if something was to come up and it was like accurate or whatnot. But if there was to be like,
Mm.
I mean, you know what? Okay, this is crazy. And that's what I love about having conversations. What it does, it triggers off memories from back in the days. So I remember back in the days when I was in the UK at home. I remember going to a shop or something like that, and
Mm.
some dude, he was an Indian
Mm.
brother, just randomly
Mm.
started talking to me, and I thought he was a stranger. So I was like, brother, let's not, I'm walking on. I was like a teenager then, and he was like, oh no no no, I just wanna read your palm, blah blah blah. For
Mm.
some reason, I let him do it. And I remember,
Okay.
now I'm trying to recall exactly what he said, but I think he said some basic shit about being successful or whatever, right? And then he was like, give me some money for it. And I was like, no. But obviously, that's a
Oh.
scam artist or whatnot. And I was never going to give him money. But even his response of like, oh, yeah, it says that you're a good person. And you're like, okay, all right. I know I'm a good person. My mom knows I'm a good person. Like, I don't need you
Mm.
to tell me that shit. I think we got
Mm.
those
Mm. Mm.
silly basic ones and whatnot.
Ah, okay, yeah. So those ones, they're gonna give you more reason to say like, get the step in. This is horseshit. But this one was a bit more. Okay, I'll throw you a few, right?
Mm,
It it mentioned I asked it about okay what because the first few times I didn't ask anything, and this
mm-hmm,
time she said, "Do you want to ask something?" I said, "Yeah, I want to ask about my business, right? What do I need to do, right? Or what's missing or whatever." And it picked the card, and it was like healing, and I was like, "Huh?" And then
mm,
she explained healing, and then there was another card which was like politics, right? The healing one was saying that uh in a short sort of way, it's like I'm like hiding myself, like I'm hiding myself from I don't know, kind of connecting with people or something like this. And I was like, yeah, I am. But it
Mm,
was, but the when I read the description, like of the card itself, it went really deep. And I was like, shit, this is, I can take a lot from this. You know, it's very, very profound stuff about my process, what I'm going through, and so on. And I was like, damn, okay, that makes sense. And then she said, you can pull a support card, another card to help you with this one. So I said, okay, so I pulled another card, and it was like, let go. So it was almost as if whatever you're hanging on to, you must let go of it in order for you to progress.
mm,
And I was thinking, what does that mean? And I was like, okay. I, and I understood what it was talking about, you know? So I don't know if it, you know, if it's 100%, but maybe because I'm the person I am, I can read into this stuff and take from and take relevance. But you know, it's not going to dictate my life, but
mm-hmm.
it did connect, and I was like, oh shit, like that's stuff that I've been thinking about separately. And you've just
Mm,
given me these cards and told me the same stuff. So I'm like, okay, we're in some kind of we're in the same cycle here because it was all present, not future.
mm.
Everything was present. Yeah, and I was in that same realm, you know.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, you could always look at it as like we're having a conversation right now, and I might say something that I don't know triggers off something in your mind where you're like, oh shit, that's like very relevant to me, or that's happening right now. And I don't know, maybe you could look at that. I'm not reading, I'm not doing no palm or card reading or whatnot, but it could be just like a conversation that triggers things off. Um, I don't know.
It
Yeah,
can, but I mean, it was 10 different cards I picked, and they were all like, oh,
relevant.
they all made sense to me. Like even the first lady who did it and the second lady, she told me some information and she misread it, and then I read it. I read this one, and then I read that one, and it was the same stuff. Like it was the same thing, which is
Mm.
kind of like meditation and recovery and so on. And I was like, damn, is that really what's going on? Have I got something I got to deal with? So yeah, they were all very relevant to me in some shape or form. Some things I was like, okay, I've already processed that. So yeah.
Interesting, interesting, man. Cool, man. Sounds awesome. I mean, it's always good to kind of keep minds open to things. But on that note, man, let's get into some fights, man. Let's get into some fights. Let's get the fight talk started. There was
Mm.
some UFC. We had a UFC fight night. Gerald Cannonier versus
I'm
Nassourdine Imavov.
Nassourdine. Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Controversy, right?
I'm surprised I said his name. All right, but yes, there was. I mean, look, the fight was great actually, and I think Jared had a great game plan in round one and two, and I think he was just trying to wear on Nasruddin. Also, just to start, Jared Cannonier because I don't know what it is, but his energy is it's weird. Like he's really cool. Like it feels like a really cool dude. Like I don't even know him, but he's got this energy where you're like you're just rooting for it. Or for me, I'm just rooting for him. Like I don't know what it is. I just want him. I just want to see him win. I just want to see him succeed. And it's weird because he's not a
Mm,
guy that's pushing himself much. If you pull it in the regards to a marketing perspective, like he's not out there.
mm.
And maybe that's what it is. But I'm
Mm.
like. I like his energy, man. I want Gerard to win. Like, I don't know what it is. But yeah, look, I think, and it's amazing as well that he came down from heavyweight, and everything.
Oh yes.
But it was actually a good fight, and you know what though, it did show with Nasruddin that, and even though we'll get to the stoppage in a second, that he can keep up there. Like this was his thing. Like, can I get in there with the top five? And Jericho is obviously up there, and he was able to hold himself regardless of how the controversy went. Now, with the controversy, yes, it does look like the ref stopped it early. I don't know why he thought Gerard was out on his feet. Like, yes, he
Mm,
connected. Nasruddin connected. It,
mm,
it threw off Gerard's equilibrium. But when you look at the replay in slow motion, like even though Nasruddin was kind of throwing strikes and whatnot, there was no other like I didn't see anything of clear connections. They were like blocked or missed. But Gerard's equilibrium was still out from that first punch, and obviously he was moving away and whatnot. So I don't know. I don't think the ref should have stopped
mm,
it, but it did show. I think look, it was controversy, but it did show that Nasruddin does belong up there. Like he's on that level. He was very patient as well when he clipped Cannonier. He didn't like someone who was he acted like someone that's been there, right? And he took his time and slowly chased Gerard down rather than like bum rush him or whatnot, right? And try to
Mm.
pick his shots or whatnot. So I thought there was a lot
Mm.
of maturity there, man. That's what I saw.
Mm.
But even in the fourth round to connect, like obviously he was well conditioned for this fight. So even and Cannonier's had a few 5-round fights. So to
Yeah,
show
he has.
even in the fourth round that he has the ability to knock, and I don't even know if Jared Cannonier's been knocked out before or whatnot, but
I don't think so.
pushes equilibrium in that like that. It definitely shows something. His speed is great.
Mm.
Like Nassourdine's speed is really good with his striking. Um, yeah, man, it was a great fight. Controversy stopped, but it was a great fight. End of the day, like it was a big boost for Nassourdine anyway, man. In that middleweight division, he's up there.
Mm.
Definitely another top 5 fight he
For
can
sure.
get, and then maybe there's a title shot for him if he can get through that. But it's definitely exciting, like definitely exciting. I felt a bit bad for Gerard because I did think it was a controversial stop, but also like I said in the beginning, I don't know what it is. I like his energy, man.
I see. I see. I see. I see.
Yeah, so that was that. So that was good. That was
Mm.
cool. Before that, we had Dominic Reyes versus Dustin Jacoby.
He won, right?
He
Dominic won.
did, yeah, and they were saying his first
Wow.
win since
Return.
2019. I mean, I was
Oh,
just when I saw the weigh-ins and I saw him on the card, I was like, man, this guy gave, and people think beat John Jones. People think this, right? There's a lot of
did
controversy
what?
out
Did
there.
he not? Did he not beat him?
He
Did he
definitely
not beat him?
listen. He definitely gave him a great fucking fight. He probably made John Jones. He probably give John Jones the biggest fight ever, like the closest one. I don't know if he won. I'm not a judge, so I don't know.
If there was no belt on the line, he wasn't the champion. I believe
And if it
that would
wasn't
have
John
been
Jones, if it
Dominic Reyes' win. That would have been
look,
that would have been Dominic Reyes' win.
maybe
Would
I
have been.
gotta rewatch the fight. Maybe I had a bit of
Rewatch the fight.
John
Rewatch the fight.
Jones.
Rewatch the fight. He didn't
Yeah,
remember. Yeah, we know that you have to beat the champion. If you go on that, okay, he didn't. He didn't beat him. Yeah, you have to really. You have to BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar a champion. Really beat him up to get the belt. Right, really make a statement out of it. Otherwise, the judges they'll save the champion to a degree.
yeah, and it's John
To a
Jones. John
degree.
Jones is the biggest. I look, maybe even myself, I had John Jones biasy and whatnot. I gotta rewatch the fight. But anyway, since 2019, that's the last
That's
win
a
he got, man.
long
So
time,
I
man.
know.
John Jones gave
So
him cursed his ass, man.
yeah, so that was the last win he got, and I can't remember who that was against. But listen, he's number 15. He
I
was
know.
so happy. You could see it in his face after the win, man. He was almost so happy, so relieved, like there was a weight lifted off his shoulder. It doesn't mean that he's
Mm,
back and top 5 and whatnot, light heavyweight, but just
it's a
getting
win.
that win, I think he needed that. He
Mm,
needed that mentally, I feel like. So happy for
mm.
him. Good for him. Good for him. There was an exciting fight before that, the bantamweight fight, Raul Rosa Jr. versus Ricky Torrito.
Oh, this
Yeah.
kid.
This kid, yeah. Hey, listen, man. Like, there's a lot of hype around him, but he pulled it off, man. It was actually a fun, exciting fight. Great grappling exchanges. Um, and he managed to get the choke in the second round. I think the fight he had before, I can't remember who it was against, but he gassed out, right? A veteran kind of took him into the later rounds and gassed him
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he
yeah,
learned from
yeah,
that because in round 2, he
yeah,
matched, because Ricky comes with a hard pace
yeah.
and matched that pace. And even in round 2, he matched that pace and he managed to get the submission. So obviously he was working hard on,
Mm,
he learned from his life. And he said it himself, he learned from that last one. Good for him. Good for him, man. Young
mm,
kid
mm, mm,
just
mm,
doing the thing, like that was amazing. That was good for him. So, he
mm.
should be on the Mexican Independence Day card that they're doing at the Sphere. So they should get him on that for sure.
Makes sense.
So that was awesome. That was
Makes
fun.
sense.
There was a fun fight before Bruno, and these are some of these fighters I'm unfamiliar with, I have to be honest with you, right? So Bruno Ferreira versus Dustin Schultz. Anyway, the reason I have to be honest again, I wasn't familiar with these guys, but it was a fun fight. And when I say fun, especially at the end, I think it was at the end of the fight, they just went back and forth until Bruno kind of like connected well and
Mm,
took Dustin out on his feet.
took him out.
That was a fun little exchange between them. And then another one before that, which was a quick KO in 20 seconds. Julia
Damn.
Maracas versus Zachary Reese. Just beautiful uppercut, just took out. Zachary won by KO. Just a beautiful combination uppercut. done. Those knockouts are always fun to see.
Nice.
And there was a lot of hype around Zachary. I think before he joined the UFC or came before his first fight, there was a lot of hype. He never seen a round two before. I think he lost his first UFC fight, and now he's come back, with this knockout or whatnot. So maybe someone to look out for.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, other than that, man, I didn't watch the prelims. There was the last fight on the main card was Miguel Baeza versus Serrano. Can't even pronounce his first name, but I'll call him Serrano. Anyway, that was a decision fight. And Serrano, I believe he came from light heavyweight to middleweight or welterweight, sorry. I believe so. And then he just won by wrestling, from what I remember. Anyway, that was that card. Listen, it was just a fun, I want to say filler card, to kind of gear us up for the future ones to come or whatnot. I think next week I don't want to call it a filler card. I don't know if that's disrespectful, but listen, I like sitting on my sofa on Sunday and watching the fight. So whether it's a filler or not, I love that feeling of sitting Sunday morning, sitting on my sofa, having a cup of coffee and just watching the fights. But I feel next week we got another so-called filler card as well. Alex Perez versus Tatsuro Taira, who's a prospect in Japan, right? He's super exciting for Japan. So that should be an interesting one. We got Ikram Aslakrovov from Russia versus Antonio Tawana. I know some of these guys, man. Again, I'm not familiar with.
Where is this card being held?
This one is Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Who else is on this? You got a Kazakhstan dude, Joseph Johnson.
No,
I'm not
no
familiar with
one.
this. I think this guy might be from Habib's camp. Tagir Ulabov, something like that. I feel like he's from Khabib's camp. So there's something for me that's exciting when they're from that camp. But I don't see anyone else that I'm crazy familiar with on this card. I will sit and watch it for sure just because it's my Sunday. Actually, no, I'm going to be in the UK. Holy shit. But yeah, I can still record it on BT Sports or whatever and then
Sunday
watch
morning.
it after. So
Yeah.
but that was the UFC. I think let me see what's after that, man. I think the Saudi card is after that. When's the Saudi card?
You know that Bruno Ferreira calls out Bo Nickel after the
really?
spinning elbow.
The spinning elbow. Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. Yes, it was like the 8th or 7th spinning elbow knockout in the UFC, but that was actually pretty cool. He called out Bo Nickel, yeah?
That's right. Yeah. Bruno was fully. Yeah. He said he wants him next.
Interesting.
He got performance of the night as well for that KO. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then the week after
bang for the buck.
Yeah, week after that, I think we got two exciting cards. You got another fight night. The first one in Saudi Arabia with Hamza and Whitaker, which is super exciting. And then you got and then you got McGregor and Chandler the week after.
Oh, wait. Run that back.
The one in Saudi, you got Hamza versus Whitaker, Robert Whitaker.
My gosh, that like I almost just kind of lost my head because I just remembered he only just fought Costa. So I'm just like, yeah. So I'm just like, huh? But yeah, right. It is happening, and it's so close, right?
It's so close, 2 weeks away, man. I'm really looking forward to that.
Because normally high-profile fighters don't fight that often. That's why I'm like,
I think Whitaker's always very what's his name? Active, man. He's an active fighter, man. He's one of the best in the world.
If he can, there's naturally little nicks and stuff, but it's quite rare when you hear that somebody high profile is fighting big guys and then a bigger guy or a hype guy just only a few months away. That's why I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah,
that's massive.
It's great to see.
Thank you, Robert.
I see Hamza training in I'll probably see him tonight because Monday evening he trains there. So Hamza will be at the gym tonight doing his thing. Yeah, man, that's gonna be a fun card, man. There's that guy Shara Magomed, the Bullet, the guy with the pirate, the one eye. I'm excited to see more of him. Yeah, you got Johnny Walker on the card. It's a good freaking
Johnny
card.
Walker, Johnny Walker. Oh man, come on, Johnny. Come on, Johnny.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. And then obviously the week after we got the McGregor stuff. And we can get into that
Oh
McGregor
jeez.
news in a bit.
Oh jeez.
Cool. The other stuff that came on this week, which I got a chance to watch highlights. I wouldn't say I watched the whole card. It was on Amazon Prime, was one championship, 167. And
Mm,
I'll be honest with you, I just watched fighters that I've watched a few. Like obviously I wanted to watch Raw Tang's fight, which was great. I
mm.
saw some of the highlights and just I think he had some weight issues and whatnot. And it was an emotional interview that
Oh.
he done after. He got a lot of hate because he missed weight, and it was just very tough on him
Ooh,
and whatnot.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
interesting, interesting.
That's unlike
He
the
got
one
emotional.
championship.
Yeah,
That's very unlike them to boot. Wait. Hold on. What do you
it was
mean he got
online.
hate
He
from
got
who?
on. I think
From
there was a lot of online comments more than that.
oh, I thought you meant at the press conference they were booing him. Oh,
No,
okay.
no, like more at the online stuff, and it just really
Oh,
affected
okay,
him.
so nothing new. Nothing new. Okay, okay.
But I think it's new for him because I don't think he's gone through that. He just got really emotional about it. But great fight with he fought someone called Dennis Puick from Canada,
Mm,
Bosnia. Well, he's got yeah. But anyway, great fight. I mean, these kickboxing fights are high level. Well, it's just the pace. It's the back and forth pace. And Wartang just got amazing head movement. I know he's like known for taking big
mm,
strikes and knocking people out, but when you're looking at the fight like
mm,
his head movement's just amazing, bro. Like just leaning
mm-hmm,
back, slipping and
mm-hmm.
whatnot. Like I think he's definitely like I think like he incorporated boxing in his Muay Thai as well. You know, it's difficult come sometimes because you've got the knees and the kicks. So if you're
Yep.
bobbing and weaving, but he's just amazing,
Mm,
man. The Iron Man.
mm.
You had Mikey Mutsumeshi versus Gabriel Souza. They fought in a bantamweight submission grappling, and this was a revenge for Mikey Mutsumeshi because I think Gabriel, because I was reading a bit of the backstory or watching some of it, Gabriel beat Mikey before. I don't know where, but somewhere in jiu-jitsu before. And I think
Mm,
because Mikey is an emotional dude, man. He's a very sweet guy, right? When you hear him speak and everything, he's a very emotional dude. I think this Gabriel was talking shit about him that he's beaten before, and I think in the past he's talked shit about him and whatnot. And Mikey was just like, it's just
mm,
not necessary, like to all this sort of stuff. But he beat him, he got his revenge. I don't know if it was like a calf slicer. It was definitely to the legs, Mikey and the legs, man. Freaking hell. But it was some sort of
mm.
calf slicer knee bar type of thing. I don't know the name of the submission, but it was it. I would I would have tapped like 5 minutes before. Like as soon as you got my legs, I'm like, no, I'm cool. I like my knees where they are. But yeah, Mikey Mutsumeshi, and then he's going up another weight class to fight one of the
Mm.
Rotolo brothers. And there's a lot of respect
Ah,
between them, but Mikey's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
amazing. And you know, I think what they're promoting is jujitsu at the highest level off steroids because right now steroids like you know you got one of the greatest of all time what's his name why have I gone blank
Mm.
come on man jiu-jitsu heavyweight the best of all is like the greatest right now why have I gone blank
Jiu-jitsu, heavyweight.
come on
Jiu-jitsu
yes
heavyweight.
sometimes my
In
brain I
in
forget things
in one
no he competes in all of ah,
like world opens and all that.
yeah.
Where's he from? Brazil
Let
or
me let me
Japan?
just
No.
I'm gonna Google it, man, because my brain is completely
But
lost.
anyway, you were saying, but on that note, go on. He wants to
Yeah,
fight him next,
no, everyone's on steroids. I'm not gonna I can't let this go. I like it's one of those things where I'm like, why have I forgot?
wait, everyone's on. Wait, huh?
Jiu-Jitsu's known for steroids, man. I mean, everyone's on steroids at the highest level. Why have I gone blank? What his name is not even like lingering in my head. Why have I gone blank for? Um,
Hmm. I um, I was unaware of that. Wow.
oh yeah, it's big, it's massive. Why is it
Because
not even coming up in Google?
is is that to say that they're not tested for drugs? Is that what it is?
No, no, they're not tested. It's open. It's very open
Right,
for them.
right,
Yeah,
right,
it's
right,
very
right,
open.
right, right. Oh shit. Oh,
I
oh.
cannot believe.
Wow. Okay, now that makes more sense.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
cannot believe that my brain has gone so blank that his name's not even lingering in my head. But he's freaking out.
Why don't you? What have you typed in like a?
I'm trying to Google like BJJ heavyweights, and he's not even coming up right now.
Wow. Okay, well.
I'm not gonna let this go. Like I'm being stubborn right now, but I'm not gonna let it go until I find his name. Why have I gone so blank? Fuck. Sometimes,
But
bro, man.
what was the point of him anyway? Why
John
did you
Don,
reference him?
because he's open about that. He's open about it.
Oh, wow. Oh, how do I not know about this guy then? Wow. So what does he take? Do you know? Like, is it just steroids? Is it HGH? Is it testosterone
I don't
replacement?
know.
Is it
I don't know
everything?
all the
No, no.
details,
Oh,
but he definitely takes some
okay.
shit. Definitely takes some good shit. Oh, fuck, man.
I want the
Why am I
juice,
so blank?
the
My
juice.
mind. Well, I'm not letting this go. I don't care if we're gonna sit here all day. I'm not letting it go. Gordon Ryan, motherfucking Gordon Ryan. Jesus, man.
Oh, I thought he was a wrestler.
No. It's BJJ. He was in the jiu-jitsu.
Ah, I've always thought he was a wrestler. That's why I didn't. Okay, all
No,
right.
it's one of the like Logan talks about him as being one of
Sorry,
the
no, no, no,
greatest
no, no.
heavyweights of all time.
I'm thinking
Jiu-jitsu
of
wrestlers of all time.
I'm thinking of the what's his name? Is it something Burrows? I'm thinking of that guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
Olympic. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Right, go on.
Yes, all right. Gordon motherfucking Ryan.
Make your point now.
Yeah, fight like he's open about taking steroids. Like, and you look at him, you can see
Ah,
it. Now, don't get me wrong, this guy trains, they train like
mm.
maniacs, 365 days of the year and all that stuff. So
Sure,
they put the training
sure.
in and they do all,
Mm,
not just the physical training, they do, you know, under John Danaher, of course, they watch tape and they strategize and all this sort of stuff. So from a
mm,
BJJ skill level,
mm.
by far, like the best,
Expert
yeah.
mastery.
But they're
Right.
very open about taking steroids. So the point that Mikey and the
Mm,
Rotolo brother Cade, I believe it is, were making was like this is gonna be I don't know just Cade, but this is gonna be history in the making because you got the best jiu-jitsu skilled fighters, and even though Mikey's
mm,
going up 2 weight classes, but the best jiu-jitsu skilled fighters who are natural, and that's what they were pushing. Um, anyway, that's something exciting to see because Mikey's
okay.
awesome and the Cavatola brothers are awesome too. And that's I mean, to be honest with you, that's all I got a chance to catch
Mm.
from the one championship fight. So something to look forward to. I was looking forward to seeing the Punisher. Um, wow, I haven't my brain's off today a lot. But
Punisher. Hmm?
fuck bro, my brain is so fucking off today. I'm getting what's his name?
Punisher.
Fucking hell.
What's
Fucking hell.
what's it relating to? Is it a fighter?
Kickboxing, yeah, kickboxing. Fuck. Wow, like my brain's off today, man.
Pun-
Uh,
Who's that? Where's he from?
the UK.
Uh,
Liam Harrison, for fuck's sakes. Wow.
I don't know him that well. Okay. What
I
about him?
love, but he was
How was his
supposed to
fight?
fight. No, he was supposed to fight. I think he got injured,
Oh,
wasn't able to fight. So I was just, he was on this card. I was looking
ah,
forward to him to come back and
right,
fight,
right,
but he
right,
wasn't
right,
on this
right,
card.
right.
I think he's going to be on the next card. But he's someone fun to watch, man. Especially the way he trains and like it's just amazing. He's amazing. So anyway, that was the one championship. My brain's off today, man. I can't remember anything. But other than that, that was the only fights this weekend that I saw. I mean, there was other news, like we get some fight news. I know, I mean, look, the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight's been postponed till November. Mike Tyson had a
Hmm?
health issue.
Mm,
Yeah. Hopefully Mike
November.
Tyson's all right. I mean, the guy's nearly 60, man. I wish he didn't go for it. But, you know, it's Mike
Mm.
Tyson. What other news? I mean, there's a whole
Damn.
McGregor thing. I don't know if you had any thoughts about McGregor and around like, you know, is the fight on? If it's not, blah blah blah.
We'll wait and see. That's your boy, man. For
I'm a
me, we'll just wait and
fan.
see.
I'm
We'll
a
wait and
fan
see.
of him, man. I'm always going to be a
We'll wait
fan.
and see.
Listen, man, like if
We'll wait and
is
see.
there times that I will, yes, I would, I don't, when I say I don't want him to win, like he says shit and he deserves to get knocked out or whatnot by be it Dustin Poirier, Khabib or whatnot. Yes, but I'm a fan of him.
Mm.
I'm a fan of his martial arts and you can't deny what he's done for the sport and how he's elevated it. Depending on what sort of fans he brought in, right? It could be just a bunch of hooligans. Like you can't assume all of that, but he did a lot for the sport. And bro, end of the day, he was on top of the game at one point. Mental warfare, he's one of the best by all. By well, if it listen, you can't. I wouldn't put McGregor in any GOAT list in regards to the fighting. Like I don't mean to be bad, but I just don't think he's there. But mental warfare for sure, like one of the GOAT. It didn't work against
Mm,
Khabib. It didn't work against Dustin the second and third time. Well, the third time. But he's definitely up there as one of the best when it comes to mental warfare.
mm. Nor
I
Nate either. Remember that?
no Nate, exactly. Yeah,
Nor
yeah.
Nate either. Yeah. What happened there? Ooh, what
I'm
happened?
excited to see his fight
Uh,
though. I'm excited to see him.
I'm not saying
Um,
I'm not, and I don't negate anything he's done. It's just that it's it's not concrete, you know. There's always something. So I'm just like, we'll wait and see what happens. But of course, I'll take my popcorn and I'll watch the fight. But
oh yeah,
the last I heard is that it's on.
yeah.
But you know, if but in the instance that it doesn't happen, okay, you know.
It's crazy that, I mean, look, the press conference that happened and all these speculations and whatnot. I don't know anything about that stuff, but I do want the fight to happen. I would like to see McGregor
Yeah,
come back, and even
yeah,
Chandler.
yeah, yeah.
Chandler makes it exciting as well. It will be a fun sort of press conference. It will be a fun fight. I think McGregor could win if could as a great counter fighter because we
Mm-hmm.
spoke about this Chandler coming in with the
Mm-hmm.
looping shots and whatnot. If McGregor
Mm-hmm.
can avoid those, then yeah, I think he
Mm-hmm.
can. But if McGregor gets caught up in one of those, or if Chandler's smart and decides to wrestle, then
Wrestle
it could go a
heavy.
different, yeah, it
Mm,
could be a different story.
yeah.
So
Mm,
we'll
mm, mm.
see.
Yeah. Last I heard is that it was on, so that's what I'm going with. I haven't. I'm not trying to dig into nothing about
Mm.
why this, why that. I'm just waiting to see it come on the television, and that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Listen, I'll be in the UK then. I'll definitely stay up to watch Chandler
Ah,
making a spectacle out of it. He's fun. It's weird because it doesn't matter how long he's been out. When he comes back, it's a spectacle. It's fun. It's like, damn, he brings his energy. And of course, the UFC push it. But I'm like, damn, he's definitely done something, maybe to me specifically, where I'm like, I'm still looking forward to seeing him fight. Whether you love him or hate him, whether he's fighting someone that I love or don't love, you want to see him fight. You want to see him fight. I don't want
definitely,
anything bad
definitely.
happening to him. Like, some people like, wish bad things upon people. It's like, nah, I want him to lose, right? I mean, that's a bad thing, but I don't want him to get hurt. I don't want him to get whatever. But
Mm.
against Chandler, I'm kind of like neutral. Like when he was fighting Poirier, I was like, Poirier, please take him out, right? When he's fighting Khabib, obviously Khabib take him out. But when he's fighting Chandler, I'm like, I don't really have anything with Chandler. I don't really have it. So I'm like,
Mm.
oh, I'm neutral with this. I
Neutral.
don't,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So it's a fun one. It's a fun one
Mm.
for me.
Ooh, wow. Okay, okay, okay. What do you think about Anderson and Chael having a boxing match?
Interesting. And apparently, is it Anderson's last fight, right? Last thing. Is that true as well?
I don't know. I haven't confirmed that.
I heard that it's his
I
last
just
thing,
know.
but
All right.
you see, I mean, listen, it's boxing, man. I'm going with Anderson Silva 100%, man. I mean, it's
Yeah,
interesting those two doing
yeah,
it. The trash talk, they made up friends and whatnot, so there's going to be no trash talk and whatnot. I think Chell might be
yeah.
getting a payday. They might be using the old hype to just bring a bit of hype to this fight.
Why not?
But it's boxing, man. Anderson Silva's going to piece him up, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. I think so. All
What
right,
do you
all right, all
what do
right,
you
all right.
think?
Yeah, I think that the Jedi will slay the Sith.
That's it, man.
I think so. All right, what else? What else? What else you seen? Anthony Pet sorry, what's the name? Sergio Pettis got beat by Horiguchi in Ryzen 47. You capture any of
Oh,
that?
no, I didn't know. I
No.
didn't see
Okay.
that.
Okay. 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 Um, Calvin Cater versus Kyle Nelson, September 7th.
Okay, okay. That's
Calvin, yeah. I mean, we're both fans of Calvin Cater and his style and whatnot, so it's always good
mm,
to see him fight.
yeah.
I don't think you care about Ryan Garcia getting arrested for a felony vandalism, so we'll leave that.
No.
Right. Okay.
Strange as well. I mean, I don't know, the guy's going
Yeah,
through shit, yeah.
I I was kind of hoping that he would just avoid all of it after anyway, all that other stuff. I thought he was gonna be just clean. But anyway, I don't think there's much. What else has happened? That's it, right?
Nate Diaz and Masvidal, they're fighting this weekend or something, right? They have been having press
Ah,
conferences, which
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah, yeah,
been,
yeah.
I don't know,
Wasn't there was a brawl or something, no?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, there was again with them. Did you
Hmm.
catch any of that? I didn't see any of that
I
or
saw.
hear any of that.
I don't think Diaz was actually involved in the brawl. He walked
I
off
think
as
it
he
was
always
his
does.
camp, no? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
his camp.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, like owners have to control their dogs.
yeah, yeah. And what
Yeah.
do you expect with I mean, not in a bad way, but you have to be prepared that there's going to be a brawl with those crews and whatnot. Um,
Yeah, because
in a boxing
the
fight,
mm,
sorry. So I mean, with those two, I mean, listen, I would definitely try and catch the highlights, or if I could catch the fight with those two, because I'm a fan of those two. In a boxing
mm,
fight, it'll be interesting, right?
mm.
Because Diaz is a great boxer, and he could
Oh
take a
yes.
shot. What's
Oh
that
yes, he
noise?
can.
Sorry,
Hmm.
is that? Did you hear that noise? Was that through here, or was that? Oh no,
I
sorry,
I didn't
sorry. I
go.
heard a noise. But yeah, like this will be interesting with these two, and
Hmm.
you know, I know Masvidal was saying some stuff about, with MMA, he doesn't want to do all that BJJ shit and whatnot, but there was a little controversy. But that's MMA though. I mean, Masvidal, he was an MMA fighter. I would class him as an MMA fighter. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
he's got to be, like familiar with that stuff at least. But boxing will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see it. I mean, these boxing fights are interesting. It's weird because it's like Diaz versus Masvidal. Cool. We know them. We love them, like they're fighting, but the spectacle of it being in boxing is like it changes dynamics. It's a different hype around it. It's
Mm,
like I'm just
mm-hmm.
thinking, I'm just trying to think, man, why has it brought different dynamics with the two different? Maybe it's just different rule sets, and it's like, all right, let's see how they do here. But ultimately, you would want to see them in an MMA fight, like that's their bread and butter, right? I'll be like, that's where I would rather see
Mm,
it. But anyway,
mm.
but they're fighting. I think it's this weekend, if I remember, or if I'm
Okay,
correct. What
okay,
else is
okay,
going on,
okay.
man? What else is going on
So
in there?
we have it looks like Manny Pacquiao has followed Floyd Mayweather in the Ryzen project, and he at 45 is gonna fight Shihiro Suzuki at 25 years old. And that's gonna go down Ryzen 47 sometime in July. Yeah,
Mm,
sometime in July. So that's happening.
okay, okay.
What do you think of that?
I mean,
Pacquiao
I can't comment
fights.
much because I like Pacquiao is obviously a legend and whatnot, and obviously he's got an amazing. Well, I don't know his credentials. I just know he's amazing. But 45, man, I wish these guys wouldn't do it, man. I mean, he's like
Yeah,
like what is he like a govern? He's like he's in the politics in Philippines and whatnot. He's really,
something like that.
really loved by the people. Um, I don't know, man. Like at that age, like I'm sure he could piece up a lot of people, man. But I don't know who he's fighting as well. So I don't really know. It's just you're
Yeah,
just more concerned about his age and
yeah.
hopefully he doesn't
I'm
get
not
hurt or
sure.
anything.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know either, but the guy has gold around his belt, this kid. So he's a
Mm.
what's it? He holds 145 Ryzen title belt. Um and he beat Patricky Pitbull from
In
Bellator.
in
It yeah.
boxing. Oh,
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
know
You
he
know they cross
boxed.
over. Ryzen and Bellator cross over all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I'm not sure what discipline they fought in, but he did beat him.
Interesting.
He did beat him. I'll find out what happened. But yeah, that's happening for more boxing news.
Cool.
What else? What else? What else? They've hey, much else is there, man? Was there much else?
No, I'm just looking. I don't see.
Prohaska has signed a new contract.
Yeah, that don't. I
Your
mean,
your
yeah.
your Prohaska signed a new contract. I mean, he's definitely one of I'm interested in seeing him fight whenever he's on too. He's different.
Yeah, definitely.
He's different. And he was champion and he never even got to defend it. So, you know.
Hey, at least
unfortunately.
he was like Jamal Hill, and they were honorable to let it go and say we'll come
Yeah,
back later.
yeah,
Jamal
yeah,
Hill's
yeah,
been a
yeah.
bit upset with Pereira. There's been some tweets and stuff that's gone back and forth. I don't understand that, but a little bit of
Just accept that you got nuked, man, and that's it.
and just move on. Jamal Hill's like maybe he's just more emotional, you know. Maybe he's an emotional guy and whatnot. He's an amazing fighter.
He
He's just
is.
focused on that. He'll come back. He'll come back and make like
He
amazingly.
he is.
Like just needs to ignore
He,
that bullshit.
yeah, he is. Leading up to the previous fight, I saw like I saw a video and it was just him just fighting back at these trolls. Like he just getting really wound up about these trolls and stuff. I don't know if you ever saw these videos. It was a couple months ago, and he was cussing and retweeting, and it was like, whoa, yeah, yo, like you fight in the cage, you get paid, right? This is unnecessary,
Mm.
so that's when I saw, okay, he's got the energy there. And then I had forgotten that he's actually a good fighter. He's not just some dude that just is petty, and that was when I thought to myself, he has a chance to beat Pereira because he's unorthodox or some because I'd almost forgotten that he has that. I just always see him beefing with somebody about something and forgotten why he's even in the UFC in the first place.
Yeah, because I think one
So
of his recent tweets was like, I think he offered trolls to come to the gym. Like he'll
to
pay them
fight
to
for
come to
10
the gym.
grand, right?
I'm
For
like,
10 grand.
like,
Yeah, I saw the article.
why waste that energy? Why waste that money? Some idiot might be like, fuck it, I'll get knocked out for 10 G's. Who wouldn't? I mean, 10 G's is like, I don't know, I don't want to get knocked out, but there's
Yeah,
an
yeah, of
idiot
course.
out there that'll be like, fuck it, I'll
I'll
fight him
do
and get knocked
I'll
out
do
today.
it.
That's a
Yeah.
waste of money. Like
Yeah.
what I would have like Jamal, it's a waste of like, it's a waste of money for
I
Jamal
I
Hill,
don't
it's
know.
got the money, but the
Yeah.
energy, like brother, you don't need that energy. Leave that.
I don't know. I don't know. Like why not take that 10 grand and go to a different training camp? I don't know. Do something different. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. Anyway, what about the what you sent me? You sent me something real interesting. Remind me what it was.
Oh
I
yes,
got it
yes,
right
yes.
here,
I think
but you're gonna announce it. You're gonna
Habib
announce it.
being
Come on,
a
come on,
matchmaker right now. So we're
come on,
talking.
come on, come
I
on,
think
come
he
on, come
made the
on.
one second, bro, one
Uh-huh.
second. He made the fight
Yeah,
um
yeah, yeah.
Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Usman in
That's
Abu
it.
Dhabi.
That- That's it. That's it. That's
I
it.
mean, if you watch the video, if you watch the video,
Mm.
Habib's being a matchmaker and he's talking to Dana, and Dana's like, "That makes sense. Let's make it happen." And
Oh
then
shit!
yeah, like it was
Wow,
crazy.
that's
Yeah.
what happened.
Um. If
Dana's angle. He's probably gonna
yeah,
be like, "Yeah, I'll do it for you, but can you fight Connor, maybe?"
yeah. I mean, bro, that's a great listen. That's a great fight as well. I don't know if it's the Abu
Mm,
Dhabi card that's coming up because that one's already stacked,
okay,
but
okay.
there is no other Abu Dhabi card, so it's got to be this one. Like they're not going to be waiting till
Mm,
next year. So that's another great
mm,
element to this card. Now, I was talking
damn.
to a friend and we were looking at ticket prices. When I'm not going to go, like to be honest with you,
Okay.
up in the nosebleeds, it's like
Yeah,
I think
there's
the
no point.
tickets were like 150 pounds, right? Up in the nosebleeds.
Mm,
So I'd rather
mm.
sit at home and just enjoy it from home. And plus, it's in Abu Dhabi. You're gonna drive down there anyway. If they
How far
had
is that from you?
about
How far?
hour and 30, I would say, hour and 30 minute
Oh,
drive.
okay.
If they add this fight to the card, ooh, that's good. But bro, Shavkat, Usman, bro, that's a great freaking exciting fight. If Shavkat wins, it's just solidifying how dominant this dude is. If
Mm,
Usman wins, it just solidifies how fucking amazing he is. Because
mm,
that's a second hyped dude that you're going against.
mm,
Like
mm, mm, mm,
Hamza was a short notice one, and you know what? He
mm,
done really fucking well. Because
mm-hmm.
Hamza tried to explode and finish him off and whatnot.
First
Um,
round.
and with
Shafkat.
Shavkat, he's not
Mm,
like Hamza. He doesn't go out and explode. He's very precise. He's very technical. He's very, this guy's a killer, man. I think he's more
mm,
dangerous because he's just like calm. He finds a way to win. He's so
mm,
exciting. Um,
mm-hmm.
so yeah, if they put that on the card, that would be amazing. But it looks like Dana was happy with it. It's just about, you got to ask the fighters, see if they want to do it too.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Mm.
Cool, man. That's all
I
I
think
got.
that has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Who would your money be on for that fight if you had to?
You know what? People don't like Usman. I don't know why. I liked him as a champion. I like him. I like him. All right, but I'm gonna
What's that?
go.
What's the consensus on Usman then? Tell me.
I
You
think
know?
people just didn't like him. I don't know. I don't know why, but I think that people just
Mm,
like his vibe. That oh, he's boring and this and that. I hate that. No, I liked him. Um,
same. Yeah.
family man. You know, he got
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
father and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know. People just want to hate on him. But I would go with
Mm,
Shavkat though. I would go. Shavkat's just there's something about him. He's got this Genghis Khan look to him. I don't know what it is, but these dudes,
Mongolian. I
different
am
type of
Mongolian.
dudes. I know he's like from Kazakhstan and whatnot, but there's a look. I don't know. I don't even know what Genghis Khan looks like. Them dudes are different. Them dudes are, and he's 18 and 0, 18 finishes. I mean, come on, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. So it's
Yeah,
an
that's
exciting. Could you imagine he beats not just beats Usman, he finishes him. Like when's the last time we seen Usman finish? Like we've seen him lose to. Oh no, wait, sorry, Leon finished him.
Leon.
But
Mm,
like, well, yeah, I'm gonna go with Hamza. Sorry, Shavkat because I find him excited, man. I find like just following his journey. It's just like it's exciting. It's an exciting thing. So yeah,
okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense.
cool,
Any other
man.
news?
Well, that's all I had. That's all I found.
Mm, not much, man.
All right, man. Well, look, on that note, let's call it there, man. It was good to catch up. It's good to geek out over fights. It's good to geek out over news and MMA and the world of fighting and everything. We will be back next week. We'll communicate, bro, because obviously I'm going to be in London. So it's going to be an 8 hour difference, 7 or 8 hour difference. So we'll figure that.
Eight, yeah, seven.
So we'll
Okay.
figure that out.
Mm,
It is a smaller card, so maybe we might. I will communicate. I don't want to commit to it now, but maybe I might be basic and say, guys, can we skip next week and do the one after? But we'll communicate. I
mm,
feel like if we do skip it, it'll be on me just because I'm going to be in London. I'm going to be like, I'm with the family. I want to chill. But we'll figure that out.
understandable.
We'll
Sure.
figure that out. But we definitely got some fight talks to talk about coming up in June and July anyway. So we'll make them happen.
Mm,
Cool. On that note, guys,
yeah,
it was good to catch
I
up. It was
mean,
good to catch up. And yeah, man, we out. Peace.
we out.